Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back to your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And with that being said, I hope that you are all having a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are out there in the world. It's officially Christmas, so I do hope that you guys are disconnecting, getting away from the noise of real life, and really just spending some time with friends and family. But as we have some downtime, right? And as we really look into a few things, the war rages on. And what is this war that I'm talking about? Well, it's the war against those in power, those that have the money to turn the gears, to make sure that things are moving fast. And when I say things, I mean the FUD campaigns, right? All year long, we had the debanking of crypto, Operation Choke Point 2.0. Crypto's used for fraudulent activity. It's utilized for drug activity. It's utilized for this, that. While, again, the US dollar and fiat currency gets completely wiped clean. Oh, fiat currency never utilized for war or anything like that. Like, this is a war that's been going on internally from those that are in power, from those that have money to make sure that this continues on. They want to paint crypto in the bad light because at the end of the day, those that are paying, aka the incumbent bankers, they are fearful right now. They are shaking. They are terrified of what crypto is doing. What exactly is crypto doing? What is blockchain? Blockchain is banking. It replaces the incumbents. Think about it. You can become your own bank. That's how disruptive blockchain actually is. They also know that money flowing from the banks to crypto is a bad look, and it's a big problem. This is why they continue to target this asset class. I mean, think about it. We are at one point roughly almost $7 trillion in market cap, yet they're targeting us heavily like this. We are a mere blimp on the map. Why do you think that they're targeting us so much? It's because of what blockchain can achieve, especially once mass adoption hits the market. But here we have from the Chief Policy Officer at Coinbase. We responded to Senator Warren's letter accusing Coinbase of hiring national security veterans as a way to fight bipartisan legislation. In our response, we said that we are very proud of our record of rooting out illicit activity on our platform and of our deep partnership with law enforcement in going after bad guys. Our success stems from hiring national security and law enforcement veterans who help us do everything we can to protect the American people. Any suggestion that we are hiring these people to stop legislation is ridiculous. In fact, Coinbase has been consistently advocating for legislation like Fit 21 that would create clear rules for the industry and consumers here at home. Keeping emerging and foundational technology in the US is a national security imperative, and her efforts to drive digital asset innovators offshore is a mistake of historic proportions. We have learned from the examples of semiconductors and mobile phone technology how much damage it does to America's national security to abandon leadership in innovation, and we should ensure that we don't make the same mistake with digital assets. We'd be happy to brief her on all of the above in more detail if she's interested. And I can guarantee you right now that she's not interested at all. These people only want to continue to spew the nonsense. It's the same exact reason why Gary Gensler has not answered any questions. It's the same reason why Gary Gensler is not transparent. There's zero rules in place. They want to keep spewing their nonsense while looking like the good guy, even though they are harming individuals, taxpayers. The retail sector is at harm right now. We are seriously in between a war on innovation in the US. This is a problem. But also, big shout out to Mike Alfred. Gary Gensler works for Jamie Dimon in the banking lobby, and so does Elizabeth Warren, and so does the SEC. They work for the bankers. That's why even though he taught a class on crypto at MIT and likes Bitcoin personally, he has been forced to reject Bitcoin or spot Bitcoin ETFs historically. Rising rates and capital flight to Bitcoin both put a squeeze on bank solvency and profitability. And I've been saying this all year long. That's why they tried to debank crypto. They were trying to stop people from fleeing the banks, going over to crypto. Now rates are coming down and the pressure will relent somewhat. This is the window when the bank CEOs will capitulate and move to fight other battles. Meanwhile, their lackey Chair Gensler will begrudgingly put the stamp of approval on BlackRock and Fidelity's ETFs. It's all just a game, and there is a time and a place for every inevitable outcome. And I actually completely agree with this statement, considering the fact that we're at this point in time where, yeah, I do think that we are going to see these ETF approvals, but it's not for approval in the way that everyone is anticipating. I actually think that these ETF approvals are for more market manipulation, more market control, more dominance around the space, and more ways that these big companies like BlackRock, Fidelity, you name it, can all enrich their pockets yet again in an asset class that it wasn't meant to cut out the big institutions, but it was truly meant to divert away from the monopoly system that we know of today. But again, it was only a matter of time until these big players got their way. They have been in for a while. Some would argue that they have been in since the inception. But at the end of the day, as we look at what's actually going on here, we are seriously in a critical position in the US. It's not so much about the banks targeting crypto or anything like that. It's about the word on the street, and it's the name that crypto has been given. And it all starts with these individuals like Elizabeth Warren. Perry Ann DC actually said, "It's on our national security interest for the US to lead in the development of advanced technologies, including crypto." And it's actually from the Chamber of Digital Commerce. By the way, at the top of the description, there will be the petition for all of you guys to sign. That's the one that's actually included over here to fight back and counteract that bank lobby for the Digital Asset Anti-Money Laundering Act, which is a downright crypto ban. It's a big problem, and it's to stomp out US individuals achieving financial freedom. So far, there's been 9,000 signatures out of the 10,000. Guys, I know for a fact there's 1,000 of you watching this video right now. There's going to be a link to the petition at the top of the description. It's going to be labeled petition with a link next to it. You guys can go and sign this right now. Again, I think that we could easily add 1,000 new signatures to this. I know there's a ton of you out there watching. Again, this is so damn crucial. And this goes for any country out there, anyone that supports crypto, especially even in the US. But going back to this video, we do see there is only one group that is going to benefit from this, and it is China. Watch as Hillman addresses the many issues with Senator Warren's anti-crypto bill and its implications for the U.S. economy and American innovation. Check this out.
Former Binance Chief Strategy Officer Patrick Hillman joins us now. Patrick, great to have you back on the program.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so I find this really interesting what she's done here, because I've talked to a lot of former military that are in the space now, and they were actually attracted to these Bitcoin, or rather cryptocurrency firms, because of the transparency, because you can make trades on the blockchain and you can track that, which makes it harder for a terror organization like Hamas to move money that way. You are calling what she's trying to do nonsense. Why?
Look, as you pointed out, the transparency of blockchain allows cases that used to take 5 to 6 years, like the HSBC money laundering investigation, they're now being carried out in weeks, if not days. And because we've had this evolution, we've seen a lot of some of the most preeminent experts in law enforcement and intelligence enter into the industry, which is fundamentally changing the way that cyber investigations are taking place. For the senator to go and accuse these people of being on the take, it's a slap in the face of the entire law enforcement community, not only here in the U.S., but across the globe. Because these enforcement agents are working hand in glove with law enforcement every single day to take down some of the most preeminent criminal organizations on the globe. And they're not only able to take down their currency, their cryptocurrency accounts, but they're taking down their traditional fiat accounts as well, as these massive, complex criminal networks are able to be mapped out by the blockchain.
You know, Patrick, I think there's a lot of people who look at $33 trillion in debt and there's going to be no end in sight, and they want a different pathway, whether it's gold or crypto. These are investment avenues that they've taken. And I look at Elizabeth Warren, and this is just one more, arrow in her quiver to go after crypto. She hates blockchain, she hates crypto, and she'll use whatever tool she can to attack it.
That's correct. Look, this latest bill is a poison pill for the U.S. economy and for American innovation. She has sold a bill that has been cooked over a bonfire of lies. This bill overnight will absolutely grind to a halt the entire U.S. crypto industry. It will put these draconian requirements on not only exchanges, but also on different parts of the industry that have absolutely no intersection with the consumer, such as node operators and miners. Forcing these node operators and miners to have a KYC program, it doesn't make any sense. It's impossible from a technological standpoint. And we have to keep in mind, we just learned yesterday that Senator Warren actually solicited the American Bankers Association to write this bill for her. Now, look, all's fair in love and business. I don't blame the ABA for wanting to slow down this industry. That makes sense. But for Elizabeth Warren to talk out of one side of her mouth and accuse all of these law enforcement agents of being on the take, being a part of the revolving door, while also being the loudest champion for a former SEC executive or former Goldman Sachs executive being the chairman of the SEC, it's just really hard to stomach. And there's only one person, one group that's going to benefit from this, and it is China. We are in a nuclear arms race with China over certain critical and emerging technologies, and we are falling behind because Elizabeth Warren and her cohorts are working overtime to kneecap American startups. And right now, we cannot afford to let China both own the new digital economy as well as the AI space. And listen, they're opening up an express lane in Hong Kong for crypto exchanges, and their AI researchers are not stopping to sing Kumbaya and talk about the philosophical risk to the whales that AI poses.
No, they definitely aren't. And I think you bring up a really good point about who was authoring that bill. It's important to provide the context of the stakeholders that are looking to slow these things down. So, Patrick, so great to talk to you today. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me.
And again, this is so damn important, especially as we really look at what has been happening over the course of the last couple years. I mean, hell, even XRP holders have still been feeling the wrath of the SEC. I mean, during 2020 into 2021, guys, that was the worst time for XRP holders. I mean, obviously, yes, we got a great buying opportunity on the low, but for the most part, it did still hurt. And it hurt XRP holders watching all of these other coins skyrocketing, while, of course, we sat there watching XRP not even make a new all-time high. And listen, the SEC, Elizabeth Warren, these big incumbent bankers, they all have a hand in the pot. They are all playing the game perfectly. The stage is there. They're playing this big show. And the show is that crypto is a big risk. Crypto's a big scam. Crypto's only utilized for this. Crypto's only utilized for that. And it's just to benefit the big bankers. And listen, we were warned about this. We 100% were warned about this. And do you know by who? John McAfee. For those that were around back in 2017, 2018, you know John McAfee's name. Here we have a video that got posted by Mr. Zoom over on X. Listen closely to this video. It is 2 minutes long, and this will open your eyes to everything that is going on right now around crypto.
So what's actually happening here, people? Every so often, and very rarely, a clash of old and new cultures brought about by technology changes civilization. Cryptocurrencies is one of these technologies, and probably the most dramatic to have occurred in human history since the invention of fire. Why? Because cryptocurrencies free the individual from the yoke of currency controlled by governments, which controls us and our lives. Now, cryptocurrency is coming. It's out of the box, it's being used, and privacy coins are here. Governments see what's coming, and it terrorizes them. Governments will not be able to collect taxes when everyone is using privacy coins for their currency. And it is happening now. I'm on the forefront of this. I was the first to voice this ultimate reality which is here upon us now. Governments will disappear as we know them. They will shrink of necessity because they will not be able to fund the excess that they are doing now. I warned of this. I'm on the stage constantly saying it's coming, and I also say it's a good thing. It brings us freedom. For the first time in human history within a government, freedom, financial freedom, which is the foundation of others. So I am being cut down as one of the tallest trees in this forest as a warning to everyone else. And I'll be coming on later with others to explain what's going to be happening with my campaign.
Now, of course, we all know what happened with John McAfee, but this is such a crucial video to watch now because even then, most people were not seeing it. Now, it's front and face. Everyone sees it. Everyone is noticing the corrupt game that is being played right now and all of the individuals that are a part of it. We were warned. People avoided the warning. They looked the other way. And now it is on our doorstep. It is a war. And it's a war that will continue to rage on unless we make our voices heard. These petitions that I told you guys to sign, these petitions are so damn crucial. They show support. They show people coming together to fight back against nonsense, ridiculous claims, lies, corruption, manipulation. Like I've always said, when we come together and we are not divided, nothing can stop us. Not even those that are corrupt and powerful and in large positions to make the system move in their favor. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Peace out.